for launch in 3, 2, 1.
What up, LaRoca KoKo squad? It's your girl LaRoca Blu, back in the cut with another lit reaction video. Today we're going to do something that was viewer requested. You guys asked for it, so we're going to get into it. We're going to get into Big Narstie's Fire in the Booth Part 3. We're going to dissect it, see what we can see, hear what we can hear, feel what we can feel. You know how we do. But as you know, before we do anything, I got to take care of a little bit of business. So before we do that, we got to do this. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Once we reach 1,000, 5 lucky local KoKo squad members are going to be able to go to the LaRoca Blu apparel online store and get an item of their choosing. So if you haven't already, I need you to pause right now, smash that subscribe button, hit that like button. And yeah, once we get there, you know what I'm saying, we're going to give you some good merch, one item of your choosing. If you want to be part of that giveaway, all you got to do is let me know that you're subscribed and your post notifications are on in the comments below. You can also hit me up at Twitter on Her Friend for Life, or you can hit me up on Instagram at LaRoca_Blu_apparel. Yo, it's way early in the morning. I feel like I'm a little bit back, so definitely want to get into this. If you want to go check out the website, you can always go to LaRocaBlu.rageon.com. Make sure you get your merch. As I said, with that, I want to make sure that I do my 500 video. I want it to be a tribute to y'all. I want it to be a tribute to the local KoKo squad, local KoKo family. So I want it to be all about you. So make sure you cop that merch. Anyway, now that that's out the way, I don't want to chat, keep you hurting. You know we like to keep it short in the beginning. So family, are you ready?
Get ready. Y'all get ready.
Because I'm ready. So you know what time it is. Let's get to the video.
I know you're gonna dig this.
Oh yeah. Perfect.
What time did you hear this, right?
Let's get ready to rumble!
Nothing seemed certain, nothing seemed working. I was daydreaming, smoking weed out the curtain, looking at my baby like raw. I'm just a burden. I'm trying hard, but nothing seems to be working.
And we've all been there before. You come in, you're doing everything that you can do, and things are not just turning out the way that you planned them in your head. And so it just makes you feel like you're a burden to the people around you because you don't have anything to contribute at this time. Like, to come out off the rip like that, it makes me feel like this is going to be heavy. So I'm going to give it the respect that these bars might be heavy. But I definitely can relate to what this man is saying right now, because the worst feeling in the world is trying your best, it not working out, and you feeling useless for it.
I feel confused because the works that I am working, I cannot see the rewards I am deserving. It's big decisions, fam, and I am not certain. But in the lion's den, you cannot be nervous.
So far, this is giving me like a man in the mirror conversation. Like, you know where you want to be, you know where you want to get, you know the value that you have, and life is not responding in kind to how your thoughts are. Now, he's like, the works that he works are not working, and there are big decisions to make, but he's not certain. Like, I don't know how literal I'm supposed to take this, because if I take it literally, then at the end of the day, I guess him and his team, they're just figuring it out on their own, and I will give them the benefit of that they're figuring it out how to maneuver in the game, so they don't know all the pitfalls. So it's easy to second guess a decision that you make. But like he said, in the lion den, you can't be nervous. So any person that's successful knows that you just got to put yourself out there and take that risk, and you got to stand on the decisions that you make, right or wrong. You can be scared to make the decision. Like, being cautious isn't weak. Actually, it's the wisest thing you can do, because you don't want to go into a situation with false confidence. But once you make that decision, be able to have the fortitude and the backbone to stand by the decision that you make and the consequences that come with that decision. You can't, how Mobb Deep put it, shook ones, there's no such thing as halfway crooks, but there's no such thing as halfway businessmen either. Either you all the way in or you all the way out. You can't make suspect decisions.
Maintain my purpose, kept it original, nothing but workers. Only a zookeeper can handle the circus. After burst the pipe, they knew it was curtains. Marine Corps, my niggas kept chill like Gurkhas. Brixton mixed some murders, got to the top of the hill with no Sherpas. Serving more than a servant, out here being more than observant. Surrounded by tin men and vermin. My past and future is definitely not certain, but Eminem style, gee, you know I will close man's curtain. My top came from Marks and Spencer's, this never came from Burton. Banana clip for monkeys, one-away whips in country. The flow's like weed with the munchies. Who's sitting on the wall, blood up to the fool, playing Humpty Dumpty? You are in the presence of a gorilla. I am far from a monkey. BDO gang.
So I'm definitely liking the cadence switch. It shows me that you're not one-dimensional. One thing that I will say that I still notice now that I reacted to before is breath control. Like, I can hear you laboring to breathe through those bars, and it's not an excuse that you're a big guy. You understand what I'm saying? Because there are a lot of big rappers who understood breath control, and I feel like once you master that, it's definitely going to benefit you, because your words will hold more weight, as opposed to it seems like you're trying to get it all out because you're gasping for air. And that's no hate, that's just constructive criticism. Like I said, you another big sexy dude in the gang. We need that. We need representation of all sizes and everything. So I like to see another big guy in the game. You know what I'm saying? So if I could offer anything one could treat, that would be it. Breath control, like, that would be the next thing to practice. I can tell by the way that you're rhyming this that you're more serious and you're more chill, because what you're saying is potent, and you're kind of explaining who you are as a rapper, and I get that. But I don't want to be distracted by the technique. I want the technique to be effortless. And that's just from a fan's point of view.
Man ain't eating right. Here's the Snickers. You ain't the same when you're hungry. Man bite the hands what feed them. Grab man's ankles, drag him to the bottom of the sea. Welcome to where I live, the deep end. I only fuck with you when I'm high, like the fucking weekend. Joking, man is on a coating. Put a lot of hard food in the ocean. Microphone making calls to Maypen. Try to put something big in motion. March the Sadoshi, respect the dojo. Calm me, release the omen. Rastafari stands alone. I am Bingy, I am the child what is chosen. Pirate sessions, days of cameo. Keeping it grimy, days of Logan. Been around for a moment. Lone wolf, here's the return of the Shogun. Death to any opponent. Grime is a feeling cool in the essence which I control the present.
So Local KoKo Squad, let me know in the comments below, does Big Narstie have the juice like that? Is he the man in the scene like that? Is he controlling the grime scene like that? Because I can break this down, which I will. Obviously, I'm not going to stop doing that. But at the end of the day, I'm not moved. I'm not moved. Like, I know how this is going to go down, but I have to tell you guys the truth. I'm not moved with this. This is, I feel like the other video that I reacted to, for me personally, he rapped better in that one, for me personally. So let me know, is Big Narstie, does he got the juice like that? Is he like the shot caller in the UK scene right now?
Make my burst their pipe in a fucking moment, you know. I am lyrically fat like sumo, throw an MC like judo. I've been the boss since Hugo. Please don't feed the animals. This ain't a normal place, it's a zoo, bro. You was on Don't, we are on Do, bro. Aliens, 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 blue. God, the team is on blue.
Alright, so right now I guess he's rhyming about his spot in the universe. He come from the bottoms. It's not sweet where he from. I get that. I definitely get that. And I can respect always, you know, giving people the insight into the world that you live in. And I feel like this dude is a gangster, but he really doesn't want to be a gangster. Like, that's what I'm getting in my heart. Like, I'm not sitting here breaking down every line because, like, I'm trying to do what you guys asked me to do and just kind of listen to it and give it a fair shake. But as I'm hearing it, like, I feel like this dude came from the bottoms, you know what I'm saying? He did what he had to do to survive, and he's rhyming or whatever, but, like, he's a gangster, don't get it twisted. But he really don't want to be a gangster. Like, he really want this music shit to work out. But don't test him like he ain't nobody in these streets, because he is. But that's the innate feeling that I'm getting. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm definitely up for correction, but that's the energy I get from this vibe right now.
I was going through pain that was happening. Back to the same old traveling, getting nicked on a random thing. Label started to have enough, saying this you is mad, they can't handle it. And they couldn't see what I see because I am the king. Stop talking about bass and the phone will ring. Game over, not by the ears of a...
Now, I'm never gonna tell somebody not to be who they are, because obviously nobody who can be you better than you, and originality is always going to win big with me. But, like, he just proved a point without trying to prove it. Unless you're gonna go full on independent where nobody can't tell you nothing, if you're trying to get signed, there's a certain energy or a certain level of energy that the record company will accept. And after they reach their limit, they like, yo, fam, like, you can't keep doing this because we can't invest in this. So it looks like in the time, they told him, yo, stop rhyming about that dope and gangster shit, and you gonna be good. Now, obviously, he not prepared to do that because, like, these are definitely some hard bars, but he did have that conversation. So if you're not content to do it on your own and you want a label push behind you, then, like, they're gonna be with some of the shits because and I know somebody's gonna take offense to this, but I don't know any other way to say it. They will push the level of buffoonery and coonery of one sector of life to make money. But when the realness of that sector of life impacts the dollar amount, then they will shut that ass down. And don't think that they won't.
The chin for the smile and the grin. People who are going through the pain, what I'm in. It's my turn, rejoice, let's sing. Charlie, I'm coming in. So don't give up, cause get motivated, cause man can overmake it. BDL, history in the making.
Perfect.
When that burner starts to spin and an angel gets his wings, I ain't scared of anything. Embrace the pain, cause I've been blessed in every way, and I woke up again today. I'm not in jail or in the grave. G, embrace the pain.
Hold up, Narstie. Hold up, my guy. Let me find out one time for the harmonies. You got that in your wheelhouse? That is definitely a good look. That was a pleasant surprise. That was a pleasant surprise. And at the end of the day, like, that is, I don't know if that's a song that you got out already, or if that's something you just made up right there. But if that was a hook, that would be a hit hook. If I heard that as the hook of the song, I'd have been like, this man got a hit. This man got a hit. And then you, like, you know, and I'm paraphrasing, so don't hit me for not being so literal, but you're like, you know what, you gotta appreciate where you at. Like, just be happy that, you know, I'm not in jail, I'm not dead, I embraced the pain of my life, but I'm still here. So I respect that. Like, you just took me to another place with those harmonies, and I'm definitely gonna show love for that, because I did not see that coming. And okay, Narstie, respect.
On BD.
Big Narstie! Hey, fam! You are an animal, bro. You are an animal.
2003, before grime. UK. Scene's a shithole. That ain't really planning. Everyone's looking for the bigger check. You get what I mean? Crime's like that ghetto goods, girl from the hood. Long came the fat sweat from Brixton, BDL, Big Narstie. Origins is N-double, first of his name. Trying to push this thing to glory, independently. Come with me. Come with me to victory. BDL Base Defense League. Hey, Charlie Sloth.
Let's get him.
Yo. Grind battle of Hastings. These niggas are faking. Sellouts get no ratings. Told men to claim their glory. Man's sword and shields are shaking. Now the dragons awaken. King Narstie BDL, first of his name will hail the great king.
Perfect.
Grind castle's a shithole. All of the walls are caved in. Only King Narstie and the BDL were the troops remaining. All for one and one for all. Told man keep invading. Uncle Paints, grind releases. I pushed the enemy's gates in. Man said the scene is ours. Scene was under attack. Man picked up the white flag and ran for bot music. Fucking coward.
So I get that he's painting a picture here, and I respect it. And he's telling the story of apparently an epic rap battle, but he's telling it like it's a saga of like medieval times. That's what I'm getting from it. But this bar where he's like, people pretty much kind of left the grime scene to go pop, and they cowards. Is that true? Like is the grime scene really kind of phasing out? Because like, I've done a little bit of homework. Like, I've looked at a lot of older stuff because I didn't want to dilute the new stuff that you guys are showing me. So like, I tried to do some homework to see about how this started or whatever. And a lot of the things that I looked at some of the old Lord of the Mics and stuff, a lot of y'all wasn't rhyming like this. And good or bad, however you want to take it, a lot of y'all wasn't rhyming like this. And so, like, did people just give up on it and be like, yo, I'm going to make this type of music just because people are not feeling the grime thing? Let me know in the comments below. Like, I definitely want to know the history. Like, I definitely want to be more inept and informed about the history of grime and UK hip-hop. So definitely give me a perspective or a lane to go to so that I can do more research without threatening to look at videos that you guys might suggest me, because I always want them to be 100% first reactions. But I also want to be more informed and be an informed listener and an educated listener also. With that being said, like I said, I get that he's telling it like a medieval story, so I appreciate the drama of it all. But let's keep it going.
Only help, power, OGs up north, 0121. Traitors will die for treason. These fuckboys can do what? I gave them war. Bro. Let me announce myself. I am Big Narstie, King of BDL, first of my name, House of Medwin Street, Brixton A. Come on, man.
Everything on Smash, your paycheck. We don't even got to talk about it. He's making
that man,
he's making you lose jobs. He's making you lose money. He got everything under control right now.
Yeah. Somebody come and look at this. Look at this.
Now, normally I try to keep it until the end. I try to keep it focused on the artist. But I have to call out some bullshit. I have to. I understand having to pull up on a rewind. You think somebody's doing something so far, you gotta hit it with a rewind. Respect for that. The boom and the rewind was probably necessary. Got you. But that little Jadakiss ad-lib plug, Charlie, that was all about you, not about Big Narstie. And you literally hit him with a rewind to fucking play some shit for you? If I was a fucking artist, I'd have fucking smacked Charlie in the face. I'm sorry. My old school New York came out. Because you just fucking interrupted my bars to fucking self-promote, and you hit me with a rewind to fucking self-promote. Bitch! Bitch!
Oh, man.
I'm sorry, bro. I had to go again.
Oh, man.
Let's go again, please.
Let's do it.
That was like a movie.
That's what it is. 2013, BG, before grime. Deja vu. The scenes in tyranny. Outsiders. Tight pants and mohawks. And dreams of funky house. And pop music is taking over the scene. Time in peril. Radio stations, grime raves ain't happening. Promoters don't want to book us. Who will put on the tour independently for the grime? Who will put on the tour? Long live King Narstie. Grime battle of Hastings. These niggas are faking. Sellouts get no ratings. Told man to claim their glory. Man's sword and shields were shaking. Now the dragon's awaken. King Narstie BDL, first of his name who held the great king. Grime Castle's a shithole. All of the walls are caved in. Only King Narstie and the BDL with the troops remaining. All for one and one for all. Told man keep invading.
Okay. Now that he chatted back up to the bars, I kind of get a better understanding of what he was rhyming about. Cause like, he set the scene for me better than just going into the rhyme like he did the first time. So I appreciate that. So now it's hitting hard for me. So now I get it now. So yeah, the way he's rhyming it like it's still medieval times, he said that it's a movie. So like, I'm prepared to watch. I'm ready to get down. Let's do it.
Uncle Paints, grand releases, I push the enemy's gates in.
Perfect.
Man said the scene is ours. Scene was under attack, you picked up the white flag and ran for pop music. Fucking cowards. Only help, power, OGs, up north, 0121. Traitors will die for treason. You fuckboys can do what? Give them war. Pillage and plunder villages, spread grime across the nation. Gave them a BDL tour. Told my squad to prepare my armor. Only dragons walk on lava. Who has the heart of a martyr? BDL, this is smarter.
Perfect.
BDL attack. Soldiers ride with me then. Every G you see in BD, they stand right here as free men. When you see these niggas on road, pop their chains and fucking free them. They remind me of slaves. I'll free niggas with bass.
Respect. There are a lot of artists out here, obviously UK side, but definitely American side. There are a lot of artists out here who are slaves to the label. They know in their spirit they want to be doing different music. They know in their heart they want to be original and true to who they were in the beginning. But they signed these deals and the record company is like, no, this is the wave that's making money, so you're gonna write these rhymes and make these songs that sound like the wave that's out right now. You're gonna be copy, paste, repeat, nigga. And yeah, I get it. And so basically he's pretty much saying that him and his crew is the only people who didn't do that. They didn't cave and turn pop. They stayed true to the essence of the grime thing, and I can't do nothing but respect that. I don't know how valid that is because I'm not in UK streets all day, but you know what I'm saying? If that is true, then I got nothing respect for you, Narstie.
R.I.P. the house nigga. Behold the prophecy of the Django. Is it wrong for me to know my worth as a man, bro? I control the zoo, it's the BDL gang, bro. Mosh pits, kangaroos, man can go. I am lord of the Asbos. I will put man's head on a spike, hang them over the bridges of London. Look inside their soul, there isn't a warrior amongst them. But man, a warrior, take man's head like Cole the Conqueror. On this journey to hell, let's see who will follow you.
It's never wrong to know your worth. Not at all. Once you know your worth, I promise you, it makes it so much easier to move in these streets because you know what you will and won't allow, and you know how you will and won't let people address you. And it's a beautiful thing to be able to stand in power. And then, for what he's saying, he looking across from him, and he looking at a whole bunch of bitch-made niggas acting hard. And I feel like we're living in the era of the bitch-made nigga. Like, real stand-up OGs are becoming fewer and far between. A lot of them are dead or in jail. Very few of them have actually gone legit and don't do it anymore. And don't hit me with, oh, but this rapper, he's a G, this and that. Fuck that. A lot of people are gangster for the record. They don't live that life in real life. And that's why I don't respect all gangster rap. Now, when you got the street cred and you street verified and the street ride for you and be like, yo, this nigga was really here, that's another thing, because now I know you telling your story. But if you just come out the gate and you this hardcore gangster rapper but nobody ever heard of you in the streets, then you a gangster for the record. And I don't respect your bars. So at the end of the day, you could have been doing something better. But it always comes a time when you got to separate from the real for the fake. So if you on the road to hell, who really riding with you? Who really riding with you? Who gonna take that trip with you? Those are gonna be your road dogs. Because the thing about it is, if a nigga is 100 with you, good or bad, they gonna be by your side. You stay together in public, you correct in private. So at the end of the day, I'll roll with my man all the way to hell, but once we get there, I'll be like, yo, bro, this was not the goal. But in front of other people, yo, what your command is what we doing. So that's how you know who are the real people in your circle. And if you don't know that, you need to figure that shit out real quick.
The night watch begins. Like seatbelts, I'm strapped in. You said retreat, I scream attack. That's why they call me the Mad King. You possess the blood of a mongrel and the heart of a coward. Archers load the wall, give them hell. Victory is ours. Stand here in the face of tyranny. Mohawks and sellouts and tight packs cause breach the walls. Common man across the land, defend these walls. Claim your glory, embrace the iron price. Narstie Burfian, true king, send them all to the Lord of Light. I will not go quietly. BDO when you mention grime. Hard work and patience multiplied by time. People power. Vibes.
Really, nigga?
My guy, did you just make your own air horn sound? You were doing so well. You were doing so well. I definitely liked that portion better than the first set. The first set was okay for me. This was way better than that. Matter of fact, this little saga that you took us on was better than the first video that I reacted to you on. But this was definitely better than that first segment. And then you hit yourself with your own air horn. Nigga, you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. If it's flames, let it speak for itself. You literally, that's like a comedian telling that's like a comedian telling their joke that probably was funny, but you laughed so hard you made it unfunny. Like, you just ruined all the good work you just did with your own air horn. Like, really, you didn't need to do that. Okay, I'm harping on something small. That little segment was way better than the first part. I like that. I like that journey. I felt like I could see what's happening. I feel like a lot of that was more literal. Like he was in a grind battle in Hastings. I don't know where that is, if that's a real place or some place he made up. But I literally was interested in the story. Like, I was visualizing all of that. Like, if it was really an old school medieval battle, and the fact that I was able to do that before the air horns was definitely a good look for me. It definitely made me feel good, and like I was just like, I was right there to be like, yeah, and then he hit me with the air horns. I'm sorry, the air horns threw me. I'm sorry.
Shit. Come with me, man. Come on.
But that was epic, man. They need to make that into a movie.
Come on, it's coming.
That could sit nice on Netflix. The
Big up Arya Stark and Ed's gonna be in it.
Yeah.
That's gonna be stiff. Grind Battle of Hastings.
That was mad. That's like a little education as
Come
well.
on.
What? Are we going again?
Yeah. Boom. Large up X on the beat. Let's take it down a notch.
Let's get on, fam.
Pain.
Not like simple get.
Yo. Jim Jones. May. R.I.P. Grandad. Boom. Came out the womb and it was doom. Gee, I had plastic, I never had no silver spoon. Poor ting pickney, every day we made do. God bless my mum, she looked in her cupboard and saw nothing. But give thanks, managed to make food. She kept on saying though, God will get us through. There's 4 people who are living in this yard, but the food she's cooking can feed 2. Bros in jail and dad ain't about. No more Cartoon Network, let's get loot.
And that's a hard place to be in as a kid. Like, and a lot of us had to do that. We had to grow up early and not be so innocent because life was hard. And I know your pain, Narstie. There were times I saw my mom do it, where she fed us and didn't eat for days. I don't know how she did it, but she did it. And there was no male presence to be around. I get it. Like, this story that you're telling, it feels like you're telling my story and a lot of people's story out there. So for you even going here, respect, my guy. Yeah, and you just have to grow up early, so you can't sit at home and watch Cartoon Network, because at the end of the day, you know that there are things that need to happen because your family is struggling. And that's a hard thing to deal with as a kid, because you go out and you're a kid, you don't know everybody's struggles, but you know what you see. And sometimes you see that people, it seems like people have it, and life is coming a lot more easier to them than it's coming to you. So they get to sit in privilege and relax and just be a kid and not think about those things. And it's hard to do that when you don't know when your next meal is coming from. You don't know where your dad is. Your older influence is locked up and you got to deal with that energy. So yeah, I definitely get it. You telling my story right now, and definitely a lot of other people's too.
I weren't satisfied with scraping by. I weren't satisfied with making do. Everything's dysfunctional, turned me to a raging bull. Big man stress, I can't concentrate. In school, shot a cue to Patrick. Pick up page from school, I ain't happy. Plus my mind is breaking too.
Haven't we all been there? Haven't we all been there? We're in this place, and this place that we're in is not satisfying. We know that there's better. We know that there's more for us. We just can't put our hands on it right now. So at the end of the day, it's like it's causing discontent. And for valid reason, because shit is fucked up at home. You know what I'm saying? Most people outside won't know that. Your teachers won't know that. And stuff like that. They'll be more likely to write you off as just a fucked up kid, but they don't know the battles that you got to go through at home just to scrape and strive. And ultimately, you know this is not right, and there's nobody really to blame for it, because you know your parents are trying, they're doing the best they can do, they're just not able to make ends meet at the moment, and then you got to go on and live life like that shit is not happening. And sometimes that shit is hard to do.
Looking in the windows of Frank Johnson's, thinking how I'm gonna get them 9.5s in grey and blue. Road money put food in my fridge, and road money gave me clothes to go to school. I ain't accepting where my life is at. Tired of being the have-not, going inside the shop knowing I couldn't buy that. So I'm on the beat, drums including the hi-hats. Red brick, clapping off G, I'm trying to find cats. Money's where my mind's at. Gunpowder life got me sidetracked, drifted from my fam, cause I wanted to be the man, didn't give a damn. Pain, that was my bad.
In this sequence right here, I would literally take this sequence and play it for privileged America, privileged people everywhere, when they're like, oh, how do you mean being poor leads to a life of crime and stuff like that? At the end of the day, like, if you're going to create a capitalist society and create a situation where people desire to want to have things, and don't give them the resources to get those things, they're going to find a way. And if you're going to tell people that the value in the world is monetary riches, and they don't have none, and you always playing keep away with them and making it clear and showing them that they're have-nots, you are literally breeding someone who's going to take the situation into their own hands. And you're not going to like the choices that they make to do that. You understand what I'm saying? But you can't get mad. Like, I'm not mad at this guy that the street life paid his bills, gave him food. Even in the rhyme, it gave him enough money for food and clothes to go to school. So he didn't totally abandon education as of yet. But at the end of the day, he know that he live in that street life. And it tore him away from his family, because when you a first generation street nigga, your parents is not with that shit. They are not with that shit. Now, in America, and a lot of hoods in America, they're generational gangsters. So the father was a gangster, the grandfather was a gangster. So they like literally breeding gangsters. That's not necessarily the most positive thing, but it is a thing. But when you a first generation gangster and you're single parent, the parent that's doing and breaking their neck to make sure you survive and try to keep you from a treacherous fate, see you going down that road, there's definitely going to be some pushback from that. They're not going to be like, okay, the money's coming in, so you good. They're going to be like, nah, they're going to give a fuck about that bread. This is not the life you're supposed to be living. And that looks like what was going down with his family. His mom was probably checking them, and, you know, that kind of put a strain on them. You know what I'm saying? But his mind at that time was like, look, we don't have it. I got to get it. I'm about these ends, and I'm going to get it by any means necessary. And so he acknowledges that's his bad. That probably wasn't the way to go, but he's still here now. So now he's focusing on them bars. And I get that. So again, it brings it back to what I always say. There's nothing wrong with living the street life, but that shit is for a time. Get in, get what you need, get out. Don't try to make your reign last forever, because at the end of the day, it's a fucked up environment. One, you're breaking the law. Regardless of how fucked up the law is, you're breaking the law. Two, you're killing your own people. Two, you're taking out your own people in your own community to get those ends. So, at the end of the day, the cost is just too high. The cost is just too high. Pardon that camera adjustment while I was talking. But I get that. But there's a time that you feel that way, and when you on that by any means necessary kick, nobody can really tell you nothing. And don't let you be in that mind frame and the money actually start coming in.
10 racks on the bed, mad and nearly climaxed. Life's like a movie and I'm watching it in IMAX. There's an elephant in the room, so we try act and hide facts. But the fact is, life went shit, road change, boy meets girl. We're in a fairy tale, blood but raw, the journey's hell. She don't love and I don't trust, and she's in love and I'm on lust. This ain't ending well, she's got it all together. Baby, I'm on the dark side, I'm just trying to avoid a cell. I see my brother love a girl from inside the cell. Pain, and that didn't end well, but all's well what ends well. Set ship and set sail. Paradise turns to Heartbreak Hotel. A lonely feeling what we both know well. I try to stick, but it never seems to gel.
And that sometimes is a common thing in single parent households. Because if your dad is not around to give you a model of what a man is supposed to be and how a man is supposed to relate to a woman, that's strike number one. Then you're in this fucked up life situation. Now you're in the streets, and most of the people in the streets is shady because they're out there trying to get it like you. So now you got trust issues. A girl may come in the picture and she might be the best girl for you, but at the end of the day, the mindset and the space that you came from is not going to allow you to be the partner that she needs you to be, nor is it going to allow you to accept and have the love that you ultimately deserve. because you're coming from two different lifestyles. It's like he met this girl, she got her shit together, but he's a gangster right now. He ain't got his shit together. He out here grinding, trying to get it. You know what I'm saying? So decisions and things that he might make will totally look foreign to her. And her expectations of him may not be realistic because that's not the type of guy he is. And that's not going to end well. And then he got a brother in jail trying to have a relationship with a girl, and she probably out in the street making fucked up moves because he locked up and he can't really do nothing to check her because he in jail. So that relationship didn't end well. So you're not really seeing positive relationships all across the board. So yeah, I definitely get that. I respect what Narstie's doing here.
I needed a knee, couldn't you see, baby girl? That man was missing, gone farewell. Man was wishing me, but none of it was well. I felt trapped, fam, like I was in a cell. I tried to give you me, but baby, you wanted was Denzel. So farewell, let's put this all in a nutshell. Pain, there is no fairy tale. You think you know, but you don't know. How did man get here? Perseverance and hope. I was just a sailor on the boat, taking orders from a captain. It took a while for me to see my own boat. There is no wrong, there is no right. This is just pain, hard times and sacrifice. Mummy on her grind, doing 9 to 5, plus the 5 to 9, including the overtime. Coming home to see if man is alright. Perfect. Yeah, man's going school in the day. Staying with mum at the madhouse at night. Picture perfect seeing niggas with their dad. Man used to cry when I would think about mine. In my time, she was my superwoman. Doing things for me deep down, blood, I knew she couldn't. I'm gangbanging, trying to provide. Understand she wouldn't, but gave me unconditional love, even though she shouldn't. The safest place in this world was my mother's bosom. Cause it's mad, yeah, we drifted because she started pulling. My Mount Olympus falling. Crazy church songs singing in my head. Mommy bailing me out, saying, son, it's gonna be prison or death, pain.
Narstie, this might be the realest shit you ever wrote. If you wrote it, I don't know if this is a freestyle or a written. But this might be the realest shit you ever wrote. And for those who come from a single parent household and you see that person breaking their back to keep you safe, and y'all at odds because they don't want you doing what you doing, but they love you, so they trying to love you, and sometimes that love has to be hard, and they got to try to chastise you to get you back in line, but it's hard when you're making money. I'll be the first one to say that. It's hard when you're making money to realize that, yo, I might need to listen, but true gangsters, and this is how you know you dealing with a true gangster and not just a fuck boy pretending to be gangsters, because true gangsters live by a code, and women and children are off of it. Why are women and children off of it? Because they got a love and respect for their moms, because their moms held it down when they bullshit that father dipped out. Their moms was the one that held it together. Children, because at one time they recognized that they were kids too. And kids need to have an innocent life. And those are two hard-fat rules. Women and children are off limits. OG gangsters know what I'm talking about. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you're not an OG gangster, you might not be cut for that cloth. But women and children were off limits. And there is nothing that you wouldn't do for your moms. So, at the end of the day, you may not know how to relate to other women, but you know that there's nothing, push come shove, that anybody could say or do to your moms, because she always had your back. Even though she knew you was dead ass wrong and she wanted to leave your ass in jail. Trust me, she had a conversation about leaving your ass in jail. But because of unconditional love, she came and bailed you out. But you gonna hear the speech like, yo, the life you living, we already at jail, so we know one outcome. So now you leaving me to wait for the phone call that you dead. That's not fair to me. And you're gonna hear that. If you choose that street life, prepare to hear that from your loved one.
Wow. Wow.
Stiff.
Mad. I don't know what to say, bro. You never failed to amaze me, cause we just went through a whole array of emotions there. We got more for them, Narstie, yeah?
Go on then. You did this on an American tip. Yo, what up? What up, shorty?
What up, son?
I do.
I wasn't answering the shorty there, by the way. I'm just putting that out there.
Yo. I'm trying to chase a P, plus I'm trying to chase a dream. AL, BDL, blue cuz, man, throw the C. 2 ends, 2 lines, bare workers is crazy. I control a team. These men are funny, like Mr. Bean strap used to go bang. Now it goes shh. Yeah, what I mean? I stood the prize. I'm clapping keen, back and spleen. I'll be peeling backs off like tangerines. It's gonna take a lot to manage me. I'm trying to change the levels. I'm trying to change the change. I'm trying to change your thinking. I'm trying to pave the way. I'm trying to be an idol. Shoons in Kingston, plus he's suicidal. Times is hard, nigga read the Bible. Change those back, kid, dark skin. Squeezing my note to the main road. If you were the gold, then say so. What the fuck, G? Blood man move more food than Waitrose. Pound sterling pesos. 4-5 ghost ride, no like 05. Bang my ting on main road. Black car, black Mac, call me the Black Knight. It's pain, even the devil may cry. Cause everybody's got a devil inside. How can a man have a pure heart, but still have a devilish mind? I feel like a paratrooper, caught deep inside the enemy's lines. Is it wrong to take a life if it means I'm saving mine?
Narstie, you changing the levels on me, guy. You changing the levels on me, guy, and it's all in a good way. It's all in a good way. You said you're gonna hit your New York flow, whatever, shorty. I respect that. I mean, it started off a little bit slow for me, but it's picking up. It's picking up. And like, everybody has that internal conflict. Like, I know how I'm living ain't right. I know how I'm living ain't right. But the intentions in my heart are good. So you can have a good heart and have a devilish mind, because at the end of the day, your end goal is probably some righteous shit. But you thinking about some fucked up shit to get there. So you can have a pure heart and a devilish mind. And I don't see anything wrong with taking a life. It means if it's your life or my life, you getting fucked up. Bottom line. Anybody can be a killer if pushed. Anybody can be a killer if pushed. If you put somebody back against the wall and they see that their life is on the line, that person can turn into a killer, and you can't be mad and be like, how could you kill that? No. Self-preservation is always going to be A1 day one with me.
Hand-to-hand combat, disarm the enemy, then physically take his face from his spine. Operation on a G-man tip, cause save man's life. That means get home alive. That means burst the pipe. That means burst it. Pain, then hanging up the whip, rage. Man better know what I'm on. Ouch, man better know what it is. More than closing kicks. To my niggas in the bits feeling pain in their ribs, no time for fucking. I grow weed like man them grow their kids, crackheads and crazy kids. After pain, it's only rage, you dig. I was on a chicken shop broke, telling man swear down one day, G, I'll make it big. Now the phone goes ring, 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 ring. And it's all about pain, G's, and that's some crazy shit. Ah, man. Look who's running it now. Look who's shutting it down. Came from the bottom of the bottom. Like crabs in a bucket, my nigga, I made it out. There's no stopping him. Shut down Bristol, Nottingham. BDO, every city, every town. Let's have it, you fucking. Base defense, league, it's going down. I went from a bills to a foul. My shadow's the size of a giant. My feet will shake the ground. I took every penny, even though I knew I was worth a pound.
And that's some humbling shit, and I respect you for that, Narstie. You took every penny, even though you knew you were worth more. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta take what you can get to get what you want. And now you feel like you got the confidence, you put in the work to demand some shit, and I can't do nothing but respect you for it. Like, you came from the bottom through patience, perseverance, and a little fuckery in the streets. You were able to hone in on your craft. Like, I get it, my guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me personally, with this artist, it's hit or miss. Like, I love that last segment. And I love pieces of this too. I still feel like he has more work to do to be a GOAT. Is he a dope MC? Yes. Is he a GOAT? Not yet. And that's just being real. But yo, I can't respect it like you. Once you know your worth, sometimes you gotta humble yourself and be like, yo, They not giving me what I'm worth right now, but I gotta take what I can get so I can get what I want. And you stack that, and then when you set the price on niggas, you have no confidence looking at them crazy when they come incorrect. Because now you like, look, I did what you needed me to do. I'm here now. I'm solidified. So now you're going to give me. You're going to cut them checks, run them bags, and I don't have no problem giving you hell if you don't.
BDL now going to America, call me Mr. McDowell. Look who's running it now. Perfect. Django flipped on the master. Tech man for food, Narstie. Went to the stake, took no break, accelerated faster. Lion King, Simba turned to me faster. There's no Kuna Matata. 4 fizzy in armor, white powder and boiling water. With the morals of cape on, I will burn them all. Hotter lava. I possess the blood of a G and the heart of a king from my forefather. On the route to success. Like Shaka, them man don't say nada. A war. Big man take.
My name is Big Narstie! Jeez! Wow!
Live.
Venom.
Yes.
Venom. You know what? I've got a funny feeling. This is going to make everyone talk again.
You think so?
Yeah. It's going to make everyone ask which one is the best. If it don't, I'm surprised. Bar's gone again, man. Bar's gone again, bro. Honestly, man. You're an animal, man. I might have to bar you from coming up for a while.
Bar me for a little while. Bar me for a while. Bar me for a while.
It's got too much, bro.
Put me in a beer. Put me in a bob. Be able to be banged.
Disgusting. Bro.
They got my Essex G's up north. Gang, 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 gang. BDL.
Alright, Loco KoKo Squad, that was Big Narstie, Fire in the Booth Part 3. Like I said, it was hit and miss for me. The beginning, it was alright. I really wasn't impressed, but it was alright. It was digestible. After that first one, it steadily started to pick up for me, and I do have a newfound respect for Big Narstie. I definitely have more respect for his rhyme style and skill than I had from the first video. Do I still think he has a way to go? Yes. Yes, I do. But I respect the fact that I can see growth in him from that last video to this one, and that's always going to be a good look. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it to you guys. Like, I'm sold. I'm invested. I would definitely like to hear more from Big Narstie, but Local KoKo fam, get in the comments. Let me know, did you like this Fire in the Booth? Why? If you didn't like the Fire in the Booth, why didn't you like it? Yeah, let's have that conversation. Let's argue. But with that being said, you know, we want you to be interactive. We want, you know, your thoughts, and I want, you know, you to express your hip-hop intellect and stuff like that, because it's a beautiful thing. This genre of music is beautiful, and I love the fact that it's global. And I do got a surprise coming for you. Might be next video. I don't know. It might be next video. I gotta put the logistics of it, but maybe next. So today's post notification shout out goes to Iron Lung. You definitely are opinionated in those comments, and I appreciate you for it. We see eye to eye sometimes. We see things differently sometimes, but you know, I respect the fact that you're respectful to me, and I definitely always want to hear your opinion, because I feel like it's coming from an intelligent place. And if we're always starting from a place of love, no matter what you say, I'm always going to rock with it. But if you want to be part of the post notification squad, post notification gang, again, make sure that I know that you're subscribed. Down in the comments below with your post notifications turned on, or you can hit me on any one of my social media platforms, all of which are in the description below, along with the original video. With that being said, Loco KoKos, you know how we do. Until the next video, peace.